This will happen tonight. Open your heart right now. God is moving. Something powerful is about to shift in your life. This is not just another message. This is a divine appointment. Heaven is speaking, and God is calling you to listen. He has something urgent to tell you, something that will change everything. Are you ready? Open your spirit, open your heart, because what you're about to hear is no coincidence. It's a message straight from the throne of God, and it's meant for you. They thought the attack would break you, but it only made you stronger. They thought the storm would wipe you out, but it only positioned you for greater favor. What they didn't realize is that everything they threw at you only pushed you closer to God's blessings. Listen to me carefully. If that enemy knew that attacking you would only cause God to favor you more, they would have left you alone. But they didn't know. They didn't realize that what was meant for your harm, God was turning for your good. Listen carefully. The people who have spoken against you, the ones who tried to destroy your name, the ones who turned against you when you needed them most, they don't realize that they are actually pushing you into the greatest season of your life. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Let me say this. God doesn't remove all your enemies. Sometimes He keeps them close just so they can witness your elevation. They thought attacking you would destroy you, but they didn't know. That attack would only strengthen your prayer life. That betrayal would only deepen your faith. That loss would only push you closer to your destiny. So what do you do when you're under attack? Stay in position. Don't let the enemy move you from your place of faith. Keep your eyes on God. Your enemies are not your focus. God is. Declare favor over your life. Speak life, speak victory, speak increase. Repeat after me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. What was meant for evil, God is turning for my good. God's favor surrounds me like a shield. I don't know who needs to hear this, but your season of elevation is here. You've cried long enough. You've struggled long enough. You've been under attack long enough. Now God is flipping the script. That enemy thought they were setting you up for failure, but they were actually setting you up for favor. That storm you went through, it was a divine setup. If only they knew, if only they realized that God was using the attack to bless you, they would have left you alone. But it's too late now. You are stepping into your next level. You are rising. You are walking into favor like never before. If this message spoke to you, declare in the comments, God's favor is on my life. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe because God is moving, and this is your season of divine favor. Stay encouraged. Stay faithful. And remember, every attack against you is just a setup for greater favor. The breaking before the blessing is necessary. Before every breakthrough, there is a breaking. The old must crumble so the new can rise. God is calling you to leave behind the ruins, the disappointments, and the battles you fought for so long. This transition may feel uncertain, but trust that He is guiding you into something greater. When God shifts you, it's not always comfortable. You may feel the sting of letting go, the pain of walking away from what once felt familiar. But just as a seed must break open before it grows, you too must release what no longer serves your purpose. What looks like an ending is really a divine beginning. God has seen your struggles. He has heard your prayers in the midnight hours. The tears you cried in secret have not gone unnoticed. He is not only restoring what was lost, but multiplying it. You're not just coming out of the battle. You're stepping into a season of victory, where what once held you back will no longer have power over you. It's time to stop looking at the past as if it holds the key to your future. The ruins are not your home. The pain is not your identity. The struggle is not your destiny. You are called to rise, to step into the promise, to walk in the fullness of God's plan for your life. Every setback was preparing you for this moment. Every hardship was strengthening you for this breakthrough. The old ways, the old thinking, the old relationships that kept you bound, they can't go where God is taking you. When He shifts you, it's because something greater awaits. You may feel like you're losing something, but in reality, you are gaining everything God has prepared for you. Your breakthrough is here. You're not waiting for it. It's waiting for you to step into it. Move forward boldly, knowing that God's favor surrounds you. The pain was temporary, but the blessing will be permanent. This is your season of transformation, and nothing will stop the hand of God from fulfilling His promises in your life. God is calling you forward, and the weight of the past can no longer hold you down. The battles you fought were not in vain, but they were never meant to define you. They were simply chapters in your story, not the whole book. Now, the page is turning, and a new season is unfolding before you. You may not have all the answers, but trust this: God does. He knows the way, and He has already made a path for you to walk in victory. You have carried burdens for too long. The pain, the disappointments, the things that didn't go as planned. It's time to release them. Holding on will only slow you down. God is telling you, let go. I have something better. The past was preparation. The heartbreak, the rejection, the struggles, they were all shaping you for this next level. What once looked like failure was actually positioning you for favor. You may feel like everything is changing, like the familiar is slipping away, but don't fear the shift. God is making room for something greater. He is clearing out what no longer serves you. Relationships that held you back, mindsets that limited you, places that no longer align with His will, they are being removed, not to harm you, but to bless you. Trust the process. What feels like a loss is actually a divine exchange. God is not just giving you a breakthrough, He is giving you a transformation. You're not coming out of this season the same. You're rising with greater wisdom, deeper faith, and a new level of anointing. The enemy thought he could break you, but all he did was push you closer to God. What was meant to destroy you has only made you stronger. You are stepping into a place of abundance, a place where God's favor will be undeniable. Doors that were once closed will open. Opportunities that seemed out of reach will come effortlessly. What you lost will be restored in greater measure. This is your time to walk in boldness, to leave the ruins behind, and to claim the promise that God has spoken over your life. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let the pain of the past make you doubt what God is doing. The shift is happening now. Your breakthrough is already in motion. Step into it. Receive it. Walk in it with confidence. God has already gone before you, and He is waiting to bless you beyond what you can imagine. The battle you faced was never meant to last forever. The struggles, the sleepless nights, the prayers you whispered through tears. God saw it all. And now He is saying, it's time to move forward. You were not created to live in sorrow, in frustration, or in stagnation. The old season has run its course, and a new one is unfolding before you. You may feel weary, like you've been fighting for too long, but don't give up now. You are closer than ever to the breakthrough you've been praying for. God is shifting things in your favor, making a way where there seemed to be no way. What once held you back will hold you no more. The chains are breaking. The weight is lifting. The closed doors are swinging open. It may not look like it yet, but your story is about to change. The tears you cried in private will soon be replaced with joy. The setbacks you faced will become setups for something greater. What seemed like a loss will be restored in ways beyond your imagination. The pain you endured is birthing a testimony that will bless not just you, but everyone around you. This is the moment where you must choose faith over fear. You may not understand everything, but you must trust that God is leading you into something better. The enemy wants you to stay stuck in the past, to dwell on what went wrong, to question whether you are truly ready for the next level. But God says, don't look back. Move forward. I am making all things new. You are stepping into a season where divine favor will follow you wherever you go. The same doors that once refused to open will now swing wide in your favor. The opportunities that once seemed impossible will now come to you effortlessly. The very places where you were overlooked will become the places where you are celebrated. God is shifting your atmosphere, elevating you, and bringing you into the fullness of His promise. This transition may not be easy. Letting go of the old is never comfortable. It may require you to walk away from relationships that no longer align with your purpose. It may require you to release old habits, old ways of thinking, and old fears that kept you bound. But remember this: what God has for you is far greater than anything you leave behind. You didn't come this far to give up. The battle was tough, but you made it. The enemy tried to break you, but you survived. And now God is positioning you for a breakthrough that will be undeniable. Keep your faith strong. Stay in prayer. Walk with confidence. Your time has come. The shift is happening, and nothing can stop the hand of God from moving in your life. Get ready. What's ahead of you is so much greater than what's behind you. This is your moment of breakthrough. Walk boldly into it. The weight you've been carrying is being lifted. The struggles that once drained your strength are losing their grip on you. God is doing something new. The chapter of hardship, waiting, and wondering is closing, and a new story of breakthrough, joy, and favor is beginning. What once seemed impossible is now aligning in your favor. What once held you down is now breaking apart. You are stepping into divine acceleration. You may not have seen it coming, but God has been working behind the scenes. Every closed door, every delay, every disappointment, it wasn't rejection. It was redirection. The things that didn't work out were only making space for something far greater than you could imagine. God was not holding you back. He was setting you up. The waiting season wasn't a punishment. It was preparation. Now, the shift is here. The pain, the struggle, the confusion, it all had a purpose. God never wastes a battle. What the enemy meant for harm, God is turning into a testimony. What seemed like failure was actually the foundation for your greatest victory. The years of waiting are about to be exchanged for years of abundant blessings. The time of uncertainty is giving way to divine clarity. God is making a way, and nothing can stop what He has set in motion for you. Let go of the fear. Let go of the doubts. You don't need to know how everything will unfold. You just need to trust that God is leading you. He has never failed you, and He won't start now. The very things that once made you question your future are now the stepping stones to your breakthrough. Your pain is turning into purpose. Your trials are turning into triumph. You are walking into a season of supernatural favor. What took others years to accomplish will happen quickly for you. The things you once struggled for will now come with ease. Doors that were once shut will now open effortlessly. God's anointing is on your life, and nothing can stop what He has ordained for you. The shift will be sudden. The blessings will be undeniable. You won't have to fight like you used to because God is going before you, making the crooked path straight. What was once difficult will now flow with ease. You're stepping into a time where God's blessings will overtake you. Stay in position. Stay in faith. The season of battle is over. The season of breakthrough has begun. Your time is now. Get ready to receive all that God has prepared for you. The wait is over. The blessing is here. Your struggle was never wasted. Every tear, every sleepless night, every silent prayer, it was all preparing you for this moment. God is shifting you from survival mode to overflow. What you went through was tough, but it did not break you. It shaped you. It refined you. It prepared you for what's coming next. You are stepping into a season where what once hurt you will no longer have power over you. The chains are breaking. The past is losing its grip. The places that once confined you can no longer contain you. God is calling you higher. He is taking you beyond what you thought was possible. The things that seemed delayed were never denied. They were simply waiting for the appointed time. And now, that time is here. Your breakthrough will be evidence of God's faithfulness. The people who doubted you will see God's hand upon your life. The ones who counted you out will have to watch as God lifts you up. This is not the end. It's a brand new beginning. You are walking into a place where favor follows you, where blessings chase you down, where peace becomes your portion. It's time to release the old. Let go of the disappointments. Let go of the fear. Let go of everything that no longer serves you. The hurt from your past is not meant to accompany you into your future. The weight of yesterday is not meant to slow you down today. God is doing something new, and you must make room for it. Yes, the transition may feel uncomfortable. Yes, it may require you to step out in faith. But don't let fear make you doubt what God is doing. What He has prepared for you is greater than what you are leaving behind. You may not understand it now, but soon everything will make sense. Soon you will see why it had to happen this way. The suffering you endured is turning into strength. The trials you faced are becoming testimonies. The very things that tried to break you are becoming proof of God's power in your life. You are not just stepping into a new season, you are stepping into divine destiny. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. Stand firm in faith. Walk with confidence. Move forward boldly, knowing that God has gone ahead of you. What's coming is greater than what's been. Your breakthrough is not coming. It's already here. Stand firm in faith. Walk with confidence. Move forward boldly, knowing that God has gone ahead of you. What's coming is greater than what's been. Your breakthrough is not coming. It's already here. Get ready to receive it. You have fought battles that no one knows about. You have carried burdens in silence, wondering when the breakthrough would come. But God has seen it all. Every moment of struggle, every tear that fell, every time you whispered, "God, I need you." He heard you. And now He is stepping in. The shift is happening. The weight is lifting. The breakthrough is here. The pain you felt was never wasted. The waiting wasn't in vain. The times you thought God was silent, He was actually working behind the scenes, aligning things in your favor. What felt like a delay was actually divine preparation. You were never forgotten. You were never abandoned. God was making sure everything would be ready for you at the right time. This new season requires a new mindset. You can't walk into your breakthrough carrying the weight of past disappointments. You can't move forward while still looking back. Let go of what didn't work out. Release the people who hurt you. The job that ended, the opportunity that passed, the relationship that didn't last. Those were not your final destination. They were only part of the journey. God has something greater ahead of you. You are stepping into a place of abundance, joy, and peace. No longer will you have to fight just to survive. You are moving from battle to breakthrough, from struggling to thriving, from waiting to receiving. The blessings that have been stored up for you are about to be released. And when God releases something, nothing can stop it. There will be moments when doubt tries to creep in. The enemy will try to remind you of past failures, past struggles, past pain. But you are not who you used to be. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are covered by God's grace, and He is leading you into a new chapter. Keep your eyes forward. Keep your faith strong. The things that once broke you will no longer have power over you. God is not just giving you a small victory. He is preparing an outpouring of blessings. Doors will open suddenly. Opportunities will come unexpectedly. The things you once prayed for will come to you with ease. This is your moment to step into the new. Don't resist the shift. Embrace it. It may feel uncomfortable, but that's only because God is stretching you for greater. The place where you are going requires a new version of you. Trust Him. Walk in faith. Step into your breakthrough. Everything is about to change in your favor. There comes a time when you can no longer stay where you are, when the weight of the past is too heavy to carry, when the door to the old season is closed, and God is calling you into something new. This is that time. The battles you have faced were not meant to last forever. The trials that tested you were never meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you. And now God is saying, it's time to move forward. It's time to step into your breakthrough. You have been faithful through the struggle. You have endured hardship. You have prayed through the nights when answers didn't seem to come. You have fought battles that no one else knew about, and there were times when you wondered if you would ever see the promise. But God never forgot you. He saw your tears, He heard your prayers, and He counted every moment of your pain. And now, He is bringing you into the season you have been waiting for. The shift is here. The weight is being lifted. The doors that once refused to open are now unlocking. The enemy that once tried to destroy you has lost his grip. God is moving in your life in ways you never imagined. What once seemed impossible is now happening suddenly. What once took years to accomplish will now come quickly. The favor of God is overtaking you. But with this shift comes a requirement. You must be willing to let go. You cannot carry the burdens of the past into this new season. You cannot hold on to what no longer serves you and expect to move forward freely. There are some things that cannot go with you. There are some relationships that were only meant for a season. There are some mindsets that must change. There are old fears that must be left behind. God is telling you, release it. Release the pain. Release the resentment. Release the disappointment. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not defined by your failures, your mistakes, or the things that didn't go as planned. God is doing a new thing, and He needs you to be ready to receive it. The enemy will try to remind you of your past. He will try to whisper lies that you are not qualified, that you are not strong enough, that you are not worthy of what God is about to do. But the devil is a liar. God has already chosen you. He has already anointed you. There is a moment in every journey when you must decide, will you stay in the past, clinging to what was, or will you step forward in faith, trusting that God has something greater? This is that moment for you. God is shifting you from battle to breakthrough. The struggle you endured, the pain you carried, the nights of uncertainty, they were not the end of your story. They were preparation. They were refining you, strengthening you, and molding you into the person who is ready to receive what God has been storing up for you. The time of waiting is over. The season of standing still, of feeling stuck, of wondering when things would change, it is coming to an end. You are not meant to live in survival mode forever. You are not meant to carry old burdens into new blessings. The doors that were once closed are about to open wide. The battles that once drained your strength are about to turn into testimonies. You are about to walk into a level of favor you have never seen before. But before you enter this new season, you must make peace with the past. You must decide to leave behind everything that is not aligned with where God is taking you. There are some relationships that cannot go with you. There are some mindsets that need to be renewed. There are fears and doubts that need to be silenced. The old has to die so the new can be birthed. It won't always feel comfortable. Growth rarely does. Change requires letting go of what is familiar, even when you don't fully understand what's ahead. But you don't have to understand everything. You just have to trust that God knows what He's doing. He has already gone before you. He has already paved the way. The enemy has tried to keep you bound by fear, by discouragement, by self-doubt. He has whispered lies, telling you that things will never get better, that your breakthrough isn't coming. But the devil is a liar. The very fact that you have been under attack is proof that something powerful is on the way. The enemy wouldn't fight you this hard if he wasn't terrified of what God is about to do in your life. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to shrink back in fear. This is the time to rise up in faith, to declare that you are walking into your breakthrough, your elevation, your divine opportunity. What took years to come together will now happen suddenly. The things that once required endless effort will now flow effortlessly. God is accelerating the process. You are stepping into divine favor, the kind of favor that makes no sense, the kind of favor that leaves people wondering, how did that happen? The kind of favor that can only be explained by the hand of God. Doors will open that no one can shut. Resources will come from unexpected places. Opportunities will chase you down. This is your season of overflow. The struggles of yesterday will not define you. The disappointments of the past will not follow you. God is rewriting your story. He is turning the pain into purpose, the loss into gain, the sorrow into joy. Your latter days will be greater than your former days. Stand firm in faith. Keep believing. Keep moving forward. God has gone before you, and what He has prepared is greater than anything you could imagine. The battle is over. The breakthrough is here. Step into it and receive it. There comes a time when you can no longer stay in the same place, holding on to what is familiar, but no longer serving you. You have fought. You have endured. You have carried burdens in silence, waiting for the day when things would change. You have prayed through tears, through uncertainty, through the crushing weight of your trials. And now, the shift is here. What you have been going through has not been for nothing. The pain was not pointless. The trials were not wasted. Every moment of struggle, every tear you cried in secret, every battle you fought in silence. God saw it all. He counted every hardship, and He has been working behind the scenes, setting things in motion for your breakthrough. What once seemed impossible is about to become your reality. But here's the truth. Breakthrough requires release. You cannot step into the new while holding on to the old. You must let go of the disappointments, the hurts, the fear, and the doubt. You must leave behind the things that tried to break you. The betrayal, the rejection, the closed doors. It was all part of the process. God allowed it because He knew that it would refine you, not destroy you. Now He is saying, it's time to move forward. The places that once confined you can no longer contain you. The people who once doubted you will have to watch as God elevates you. The same hands that once pointed at your failure will see God's favor on your life. There were moments when you felt forgotten, when you wondered if God had left you, when the silence felt unbearable, and you questioned whether your prayers were even being heard. But God never left you. He was working in ways you couldn't see, aligning everything perfectly for this moment. You are stepping into a season of supernatural acceleration. Things that took others years to accomplish will come to you in a fraction of the time. Doors will open suddenly. Opportunities will arise unexpectedly. God is restoring everything the enemy tried to steal from you. But you must be willing to embrace the shift. The old version of you cannot step into this new season. The fearful version of you, the one who doubted, the one who settled for less, the one who accepted defeat, that version must die. Because who you are becoming is someone stronger, wiser, bolder, and ready to walk in the fullness of what God has for you. This next chapter of your life is not about survival. It's about thriving. It's about stepping into the fullness of your calling. It's about taking the lessons of your past and using them as fuel to propel you forward. You will not walk in lack. You will not live in fear. You will not be bound by what once held you back. You are walking into divine favor, the kind of favor that makes no sense, the kind of favor that causes people to ask, how did this happen for them? The kind of favor that only God can give. Your name is being mentioned in rooms you haven't entered yet. Your breakthrough is being orchestrated behind the scenes. The shift is happening, and nothing can stop it. Get ready to see God move in ways you never imagined. The attacks against you were proof that something powerful was on the way. The battles were intense because the blessing is even greater. The enemy tried to break you because he knew that if you made it through this season, nothing would be able to stop you. But he failed. You're still standing. You're still here. And now, it's time to step fully into your breakthrough. Don't let fear hold you back. Step forward in faith. Let go of the ruins of yesterday. The past has no hold on you anymore. The door is open, the way is clear, and God is saying, step into what I have prepared for you. This is your time. Walk into your breakthrough with confidence. Walk into it knowing that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. Your season of struggle is ending, and your season of supernatural blessings is here. Step into it and receive it. You have been walking through a battlefield. You have fought wars no one saw. You have endured struggles that only God knows. But the battle is over, and the breakthrough is here. You are no longer standing in a place of survival. You are stepping into a season of supernatural victory. Everything you have been through was preparing you for this moment. Every tear, every setback, every moment when you wanted to give up, it was all shaping you. It was refining you, stretching you, and strengthening you for what is coming next. God did not let you go through all of that for nothing. There is a reason for every storm. There is a purpose for every trial. And now, you are about to see why you had to go through everything you did. The weight you have been carrying is being lifted. The doors that refused to open are now swinging wide. The chains that tried to keep you bound are breaking. You are walking into freedom, into favor. into a level of blessing that you have never known before. But to step into what's next, you must be willing to leave behind what is finished. The ruins of yesterday are not where you belong. The season of struggle is closing, and you cannot take everything with you into the new. Some things have to be left behind. Some relationships, some habits, some ways of thinking. They cannot go with you. The old must die so that the new can rise. God is asking you to trust Him in this transition. You may not see everything clearly yet, but He does. He knows exactly where He is taking you. He knows exactly what He is doing. You don't have to understand. You just have to obey. You just have to believe that His ways are higher, His thoughts are greater, and His plans for you are beyond what you could ever imagine. The enemy has been trying to convince you that things will never change. He has been whispering lies that you are stuck, that you are forgotten, that your prayers have gone unheard. But he is a liar. The very fact that you have been under attack is proof that something powerful is on the way. The enemy wouldn't fight you so hard if you weren't on the verge of something great. This is the moment where everything shifts. This is the moment where you stop looking at the battle and start focusing on the breakthrough. Your future is not in the hands of the enemy. It is in the hands of God. And what God has for you is greater than anything you are leaving behind. The people who doubted you will have to watch as God blesses you. The ones who counted you out will see God's favor on your life. What they thought was your ending was just the beginning.